Austin Versteeg has closed up on Richard Antonucci, 0.6 of a second between the two of them now, Jeremy. That's closer than they've been in many laps as DeBryce Miller, very late braking into Canada corner, can't make it stick on Taylor Proto though, and now has opened himself up to Alex Popov, who has a great deal of racing experience, but Alex backs out of it, thinking, I can get him next lap around. This won't be an issue. Getting a bit of a draft as they come up the hill as well. Not the worst thing in the world. The three of them have separated out quite a bit. 88, 34, and 10 coming across the start-finish line. And how much time is separating them? Oh, pretty much nothing at all. 1.3 seconds between the 88 and the 10.
There's a lot less than now in the battle for second place, with Richard Antonucci under increasing pressure from Austin Versteeg in car number 7. That battle is really tightening up the youngster Versteeg. A lot less experience in these cars, but you wouldn't know it from the way he's closing in now on the erstwhile race leader Richard Antonucci.
Austin Versteeg, Pro-Am leader, working on Antonucci, second in the Pro category. So the four classes are currently led by Hinman, Versteeg, Hirata, and Perez. 1, 7, 55, and 71 if you're around the track watching. And Austin Versteeg has target acquired. He sees how he can get around Antonucci. He just hasn't quite figured out where yet, Jeremy. As Trent Hinman is going, yes, you two battle on, that's fine. I'm just gonna keep driving away. 11 minutes to go. Can Versteeg get around Richard Antonucci? I think he can, Jeremy. I think he's gonna have a look as they come into Canada corner.
And Richard Antonucci taking a sort of defensive line around the kink to the left, not the kink, but there is another kink on that straight, with a couple of extra kinks on that run toward Canada corner. And Antonucci being a little bit defensive down there, just leaving no opportunity for Austin Versteeg to even think about diving down the inside, at least on that occasion.
The difference between the two of them, Richard Antonucci, with a great deal of racing experience, has raced all over the world against some of the finest. Austin Versteeg, who's, well, very new to racing, very impressive nonetheless, and a name that we will be hearing for many years in the future. Versteeg has a look down Antonucci on the inside into turn 1. Oh, but he runs way wide. Gives the position back.
Great stuff, great racing amongst these two. Richard Antonucci, he's the nephew of Eddie Cheever, former Indianapolis 500 winner, of course, and Formula One driver. And Richard Antonucci himself, as you were saying, Shay, has got a strong pedigree in all sorts of different championships.
Alex Popov now up to 6th, managed to get around the 34 of DeBryce Miller that last time by. And now the number 10 is having a look at the 88. Taylor Proto currently in the 5th position. Where did Popov manage to get the pass done? Out of the final corner, carried tons of speed up the hill. Oh, and he also had a benefit because DeBryce Miller was pushed off the track by Taylor Proto. Got a big wiggle as he went on the grass, and Popov on turn 5 makes it work on the 88. Taylor Proto is now back to 6th position. Trent Hinman out front, by the way, now has a more than 7-second lead. He really has benefited by 2nd and 3rd battling themselves out.
Yeah, he has, plus another very quick lap last time around, a 2:08.2, which is only 3 or 4 tenths of a second away from his own fastest lap of the race. So extended his lead by quite some margin on that last lap. And he's looking very comfortable in the lead, looking to extend the championship lead for himself and Riccardo Agostini.
So 8.5 minutes to go. Yuki Hirata has pulled away from Patrice Brisebois in that number 55. The white with the highlighter yellow accent Lamborghini leading the AM class. Yuki came into this weekend a little bit back in the points championship. Patrice Brisebois and Emmanuel Anassis did have the lead. Brian Thenis was 2nd. And then was Yuki Hirata. A strong race yesterday helped his argument there, though. Put him up into the 2nd position. Brian Thenis still leading. Well, right now he's back in the 3rd place. So if Yuki Hirata can hang on to this position, He's going to go into VIR, our next round of this championship, in a couple of weeks with a big smile on his face. The bright yellow helmet and gloves matching the car. What brilliant, brilliant touches.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of driving this season, is Yuki. He's racing also in the World Challenge Series, Pirelli World Challenge, and he's not got a fiercely competitive series there this year in the in the Cup category, GT Cup category. He's contesting there in another Lamborghini, but he's getting a lot of racing miles, and that has clearly helped him. And he's another guy who's taking this sport very, very seriously and improving with experience.
Our leader, Trent Hinman, starting to come up on some traffic ahead of him as JC Perez in the camouflage color LB Cup car. He is somebody else who's really impressed us a lot, Jeremy. LB Cup for drivers with almost no experience, and JC Perez comes into the championship with his own team, and he's running cars in other championships as well. Not driving them necessarily, but as a team owner, has really jumped into this with both feet.
He certainly has, and he's 28 years of age, originally from Colombia, now lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. Very little experience coming into this year, but as you say, taking it very seriously, running his own team in LMP3 car in the IMSA Prototype Challenge Series this season. So getting lots of mileage, and again improving every time out.
2 wins on the season so far out of 5 races. It's not a bad record, but for somebody as competitive as JC Perez, you'd really like to make it 3 out of 6. That just sounds a little bit better. 50% win rate. Ryan Hardwick heads up driving, another one of our LB Cup competitors new to racing, managing to watch his mirrors and stay out of the way of the leaders. And Austin Versteeg closing every single lap on Richard Antonucci as Antonucci goes wide through turn 1, but somehow manages to hang on to it.
Yeah, not quite close enough this time to make a lunge down the inside like he did a couple of laps ago. So Richard Antonucci looking to maintain that position. And coming up on the lapped car now, that is kind of a 50 of Mark Proto.
Yeah, we can't just say the 50 car Proto, because it always is. It's normally the car of Taylor Proto and Emmanuel Enessis, but due to the crash damage sustained earlier in the week, the 50 is Mark Proto, Paris Mullins. The 88 is Taylor Proto, who is currently behind the wheel and in the 6th position, 2nd in Pro-Am class. The Pro-Am leader, Austin Versteeg, still that interval between Versteeg and Antonucci, the 16 and the 7, it just keeps bungeeing. At certain points around the track, it'll go down to 0.3 of a second, and at others, it's up to as many as 0.7. But Versteeg is pushing, so is Antonucci. The overall fastest sector we've seen this race from Antonucci, sector 1.
Yeah, but Versteeg, he turned his best sector time as well on that lap, so he's tracking every move, isn't he? By Antonucci is Austin Versteeg, and really is looking hard for that way past. Another guy who's impressed me in this race is Brandon Godovic. We talked about him a few times already, but he took over that car from Todd Snyder. Todd had been running in 14th position before the round of pit stops, and now Brandon Godovic is up inside the top 10.
What's more impressive is that Antonucci and Versteeg, with that amazing sector 1, that's where they hit traffic, Jeremy. So they are clearly driven to catch back up to Trent Hinman. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. There's no way they're going to do that unless Hinman has a big moment somewhere. He's got almost a 9-second lead. But yeah. Antonucci and Versteeg, this isn't over yet.
It isn't, is it? And I think we'll see the white flag next time around. Another quick lap there from our race leader, Trent Hinman, 2:08.2. He's the fastest guy on track on a regular basis.
So Ashley Freiberg in 4th. She's 4.4 seconds back off of this battle, but she is still 3rd on the pro category. Versteeg taking a wide line through turn 5, trying to carry more momentum as Antonucci has to go a bit defensive. This should give him a good luck up into turn 6. He does stick his nose in, but then backs out of it. Antonucci running a little bit wide, the two of them very nearly going side by side as they come through 7. Wow.
This is a tremendous battle, isn't it? Very interesting to see Antonucci just defending the inside line into turn 5, and Versteeg thinking about that, thinking, okay, fine. As you were saying, just describing excellently there, he took a wide line into the corner, trying to get a more momentum through the corner, get the run up the hill, but Antonucci was wise to that one. But Austin Versteeg is trying every trick that he knows that he has gained in his young career.
Paul Terry is trying to make a move on Brian Thenis now. This is for position, but not in class. Paul Terry second in the LB Cup. He's about 15.5 seconds back to the leader, JC Perez, but every position that you gain on track, every pass that you can make, that's learning, and that's all what the LB Cup is about. Trent Hinman comes through a bit more traffic, getting by Jeff Burton in the number 12. Another car in his windshield. Yeah. That's the 11, Shea Holbrook.
He also just put a lap there on number 57 car, which is Phil Lombardi. As a white flag is shown to Trent Hinman. And Phil Lombardi, he was one of the instructors at the Skip Barber Racing School when Trent Hinman came through it 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, too soon, Jeremy. I don't think he'll appreciate being reminded of that. Ashley Freiberg, all of a sudden, goes purple in Sector 3, the best time we have seen. She's pretty much running on her own, is Ashley. But Versteeg, oh my goodness. Okay, you got a couple corners to go, about 3.5 miles at this point. Austin, if you are going to get into second overall, you've already got the Pro-Am win. Don't throw that away, son. But if you want to beat Richard Antonucci, and there is a great deal of pride on the line to be able to say that, you got to make your move sooner rather than later. The turn 5 passing opportunity is gone. That seems to have been a favorite earlier on in the race as Antonucci goes all the way over to driver's left. Oh, that was a little bit naughty. Versteeg with nowhere to go as there's a Prestige Performance Lamborghini into the wall. There's tire marking. I can't tell what car that is. Oh, big hit too. That's number 10. That is Alex Popoff behind the wheel. Oh gosh, that hurts.
He's running in the 5th position.
Very strong race for Alex Popoff and Michele Beretta. They did get a podium yesterday. Not going to happen today. And the performance team, Prestige Performance team, will be thrilled that their number 1 car will be bringing home another win. They will be worried about Alex Popoff and what damage he might have done to that number 10 machine. Richard Antonucci still has a lead over Austin Versteeg as they come out of Canada Corner. And here comes Trent Hinman up the hill one last time, 21 laps completed. And he sees the checkered flag. Dennis Paul waves it with gusto, and Trent Hinman, Riccardo Agostini, a perfect weekend for them. 2 for 2. Richard Antonucci holds off Austin Versteeg for the 2nd overall position, but it is Versteeg who gets the Pro-Am win.
What happened to Versteeg there? He must have made a lunge perhaps at last corner, lost a lot of ground to Richard Antonucci, and Ashley Freiberg, as across the line, was well, right behind him, only a few car lengths behind him. So must have been some sort of an attempt, I think, for a pass in that final corner. Didn't come off for Austin. Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, and didn't lose anything out of it. He still maintained his 3rd position and a victory in the Pro-Am category.
Yuki Hirata coming around the last couple of corners.
Change there as DeBryce Miller finds a way past Taylor Proto. That is for 2nd position in the Pro-Am category, 5th and 6th positions overall on that final lap.
So as we wait to see the bright white and yellow accented number 55 of Yuki Hirata coming up the hill to see the checkered flag. There he goes now. Another win for Yuki. Congratulations as well. And JC Perez, as soon as he comes up the hill, that is always the big gamble in racing. If you can make it up that hill, he does. Another LB Cup win for JC Perez as well in the number 71. So congratulations to Trent Hinman and Riccardo Agostini, our winners in the number 1 overall. 2nd place, Riccardo Antonucci in the pro category, and 3rd in class, Ashley Freiberg in the number 30. Excellent news to see Alex Popoff out of the car, walking away unaided but he's looking quite disappointed in that number 10 machine. Had a really good race going. Pro-Am winner Austin Versteeg. D. Bryce Miller comes home second, and Taylor Proto and Eduardo Piscopo third in Pro-Am class. Yuki Hirata, our winner in the Am category, with Patrice Brisbois and Emmanuel Anassis coming home second. Third, Brian Thenis. And an LB.
Surprisingly subdued Brian Thenis this weekend, but he, I gather, had a big crash here on Monday, earlier in the week in testing, and badly damaged at number 17 car. So I'm sure Brian just wanted to kind of build himself back in to competitive this weekend. Another solid run for him, though. Good points for the Am Class Championship, but he will, I think, just about retain the lead, maybe.
And when you